So for tonight, we're
Yeah,
gonna
tonight.
we're gonna try and do a little bit of a wander kind of loose play test because we have enough
Huh?
stuff to kind of run with a little bit now, and
All right, go play.
it'll help us maybe figure out if we need to alter a few mechanics of how things work in the basic sense and whatnot. Hopefully, but we're gonna start with just building some test characters for us to all use. So, what? How much starting experience do we want to have? Curiosity. I think we had discussed 50, which is a little bit more than what the baseline
Well,
start would normally be.
so we're gonna these will probably be 50 XP characters. Normally you would start out with 30, and the way I'm equating it is that every 10 XP is roughly a level in like D&D world. So by the time you get to 220 XP, you're essentially like a level 20 character. But you could progress beyond that, obviously.
Yes.
So we are essentially making level 3-ish characters. It's not a one-to-one thing.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not a perfect. So yeah, we'll give ourselves 50 experience to start with, and we don't have a character sheet in Roll20 yet. Although I am working with someone on getting one coded.
Oh, nice.
So we might have something in the near future.
All right.
Why don't we all collectively build the characters one at a time so we can all discuss the stuff that goes into it?
Yeah.
Especially for Chuck, since he's not talking about this every day like we are.
And I'm not making like my one. I'm just gonna make a character, not
yeah,
like,
this isn't going to be the ones for the main campaign. These are just other characters. We'll use the Wander universe just so we have a framework. But this will all be like, this is something that happened during the war, prior to any events that will happen in the main campaign. Anything that we role play out, which will mostly just be combat. So let's start with you, Curiosity. Let's build yours because I think you already have kind of an idea.
I mean, I've had several ideas, but
we could potentially make a few different ones today. That's fine.
So I think I'm going to be doing I want to do an arcane magician.
Okay.
Because I like the upkeep mechanic that we didn't talk about last time.
Yeah, that's fun.
So, all right, I'm starting out at 50 XP. So let's say that I am gonna be 4 + 6 is 10 plus. So I'm gonna dump 18 into arcane so I can be adept. So that's gonna take me down to 32.
You should only need to dump in 16.
4 plus.
It's 3.
Oh wait, never mind.
3,
I'm looking at I looked at the dice, not the cost. Oh. Yeah, 16. So
yeah,
34.
Yep,
See, I'm
34.
confusing myself. Okay, I got 34.
When we have a neater sheet, it'll be a lot easier to keep track of them.
All right. And then I want to have let's see. I want I'm gonna spend 10 to get that D6 in dodge.
Okay, yep. So what we had decided in between the last time and now is that the 3 main defense stats, everyone will get the first tier for free, and then it just costs 10 points per level to increase those. So it always costs 10 to go up to the next tier. So cumulatively, it's 40 to all together to get one of them to max, which is a little bit less than maxing out a different mastery. But it works out that it's a little bit more expensive to upgrade them early on, and then becomes less trivial to upgrade it later on when you don't have as many things that you're spending for. So
okay, and so because I have because I'm adept at in one of the magics, I'm going to get I'm going to pick up the expeditious completion talent so I can get completing a combo gives me haste.
Okay, nice. Talents all cost 5 experience. So, and that's some of the stuff I'm saying is just that to help you, Chuck, as you're looking through stuff and kind of deciding on things.
Well, and remember, we've got the audience who's
yeah, I'm obviously speaking for the audience, but I'm also because we'll build yours next, Chuck. So I'm letting you just kind of know the costs, so you can be looking around and stuff.
Okay, so I'm down to 19.
And of course, you don't have to spend them all, but for the purpose of today, it's probably a good idea to spend as many of them as you can.
Yeah, I'm also going to do no, I'm gonna stick with that for now. And then I want ooh,
You could take adept physique and or no, you only need trained physique to get alacrity, right?
yeah, so if I spent 8 and 5, I'd be down to I have that's 13 more to spend. But do I want
Yeah.
to like do I want anything else?
That's the question.
Hmm. Like this is only a fight, right? We're not like I probably wouldn't be doing this if I was I'd probably
Yeah.
want to have more awareness than what I'm starting. I'm gonna start like I'm building
We'll do it. We'll do a tiny bit of role play, but it'll be minimal for tonight because
Okay.
we have the combat is what we have mostly have framed out so far. So,
So I'm just gonna say like
little boy.
yeah, let's do that 8 in physique. No, should I do 8 in physique to get and then I would be 13 in total to do and I would be up to 5 initiative that I could
If you
I
get
could have.
haste, yeah.
If I get hasted. Yeah. Um yeah, let's do that. Because we want to see how broken we can make this early on. We're like trying to break it.
Yeah. Character, do you think you want to try and test out tonight, Chuck?
I want.
And we might have time to do multiples, so just
Yeah.
something that comes to mind.
The one that came to mind is the ultimate Russian brawler type. Just everything in let's see, physique.
Okay, I will let you know we don't have martial arts maneuvers built yet.
Okay.
So
the
we could
ultimate
definitely
run
work
in
on
and-
building some stuff there.
But you could do blood rage.
Yeah, we could do it without having specific maneuvers and just be punching, and then go the blood rage build, which I believe is physique based.
It is.
Blood rage. When you are injured, you gain might. On any turn you attack, you are considered staggered. Okay, yeah.
So might means your attack rolls are bolstered, so you have advantage essentially.
Staggered means your dodge rolls are impaired.
Yeah, staggered means your dodge rolls are impaired, so other people have a better chance of hitting you potentially.
All right, so I'll go to 16 in physique to be adept.
You should make staggered be dodge and brace rolls are impaired. That way you can't get away from it by just having.
Well,
I mean, brace does typically work for other things though. So okay.
Brace is just you can get shoved around.
Yeah.
So I imagine that, like, yeah, we're calling it staggered. It might.
It's fine for now. We might need the change just in case, but for now it's fine. Okay. Anyway, sorry, Chuck. You're.
So physique will be adept.
Okay.
Gives me 34. So with no real martial arts in there, we'll go to hafted weapons and
So dodge is going to be your main role you'll make to defend things, and then I'll provide us all with just some armor to be used that we have, which you don't have to worry about anything for that. If you're not wanting to go heavily into any magic or anything, we don't have a lot of stuff for combat tactics or yet. Got a little bit going for survival, but a brawler character, combat tactics would probably end up being the one you would want to go as a background. But that will provide a lot of other things, and it's not necessary honestly for right now with what we currently have built.
yeah.
Physique's probably your best bet.
Okay.
Just go a bunch into physique and then buy some talents.
Yeah.
And then maybe boost your dodge one tier.
All right. So talents, and it's what 5 you said for talents?
Costs 5 for each talent. Yep. So you probably want blood rage.
Yep.
And then
You probably want alacrity 1.
alacrity 1 would be useful. Raging strikes requires master, so you can't take that one yet.
Active adrenaline talent might be good. Oh wait,
Free initiative, you may activate you have to have a genetics for that one.
I mean, as a brawler.
Yeah, but you have to get genetics up to adept, which would be another 16. So if you have 16 more than you could spend for that, actually you would need 21 more still. If you have 21 left, you could get genetics up to adept and then take active adrenaline. Because for 3 initiative, you can activate your adrenal gland, flooding your body with adrenaline and granting you might and haste for a number of turns equal to half your genetics tier rounded up.
I feel like that's
Hey,
I
So
feel
so
like
that would give you
clone.
2 turns of might and haste. Well, honestly, you'll already get might from blood, so it would grant you haste. So it'd be useful, but not necessarily insane when you're gaining might.
So Hungry's clone. The answer is dice. Do you guys want to explain kind of quickly the RNG and how it works for?
Oh heck yeah! Can you go to the masteries page?
Absolutely.
Or Zero, can you put us onto the masteries?
Well, I think
Oh.
he's streaming his thing. To
Oh,
it right
you
now.
got that up.
Yeah,
All right.
since
Can
I
you
gave
go
him
up?
access.
All right. So you see, can you scroll all the way to the top, Chuck?
There you go.
Awesome. Okay, so you see masteries. All right. So each level gives you a different die that you can roll for that particular mastery. So for example, at initiate level, you get a D4. If you don't have any, if you haven't spent any XP to get any of these, it's like a coin flip. It's a D2. It's a success or fail. So train, you roll a D6. Adept, you get to roll a D8, and you get you get a bonus. So it's a D8 plus 1. Expert level is a D10 plus 1, and then master would be a D12 plus 2 for your abilities. And usually those are contested rolls. So for a success so that would be versus a contested roll. So for example, let's say you were just gonna punch somebody. Yeah, it's like a roll versus roll. So if you were gonna punch somebody, you might roll like your physique versus their dodge. Usually, the way it would work is the higher die will probably win, but there's still some chance involved. So for things like if you're gonna roll resilience, a resilience die is like an armor save kind of. It's like a D8 against. It's just 2 contested D8s, right? 0
For what? Sorry.
for resilience.
Resilience default is a D8, so you roll.
Yeah.
It's contested D8s.
So as a DM, you would just pick the die size to make your DC, and then you just roll. You roll off against each other, and
We might change resilience once we've tested it a little bit, but for now it's that.
Yeah.
In ties, it would go to whoever has the higher tier skill.
Yeah.
And if they're tied in that, then I think it would just clash and nothing would happen. So it would kind of go to the defender in that instance, I guess, in an attack instance. But
yeah. But yeah,
that one could also be that could be a little bit of GM discretion with a tie, depending on what specifically is happening. But in most instances, we would say it's probably going to just clash.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so you want to build yourself and try to stay using any excuse you can to use whatever you've built up in your masteries.
So right now I've got physique at adept. I've got blood rage and alacrity 1, and then dodges at trained. And then the weapons, it's okay, yeah. So initiate, trained, or adept. What's that at 14? So I can't do much in the way. I will do 8 in hafted weapons, so I'll get trained in hafted. And that leaves me with 6 left, so I should just take another talent.
Possibly, yeah.
Speedy 1.
Ooh, you're gonna be fast.
Run in, hit him with a club, run away.
I like it. We haven't decided like attacks of opportunity yet, but
I think it'll trigger in the same way that most other games do, which is that they leave your threat range.
okay.
And there could maybe be talents that'll allow you to do it when someone moves near you or around you, and like things that will allow you to avoid triggering them and stuff like that. But they will use the reaction mechanic, which is essentially spending the next turn's action
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I was coming up with some potential enemies to face while you guys were
Oh,
doing that.
okay, I got
I'm going to build a character as well, just so we can test a few different things. And this is part of the reason I was focused on designing some firearm stuff today, because I'm going to build a sniper, and I'm going to build this sniper to do one thing, and that is snipe and nothing else. So we're going to spend 29 points to take expert firearms right away.
Oh gosh.
Go down to the firearms abilities.
Wow.
And then I am going to, because I don't want to spend my full 50, because I'm going to go into talents, and I'm going to spend 5 and buy crack shot.
Oh gosh. You're really doing it.
I'm really doing it. I want to test it.
Is that the enemy, or is that somebody you're gonna play?
No, this is
on our
mine.
team?
This is my character that'll be on your team.
Okay.
So when I use careful aim, the first shot that I hit does extra wounds equal to the amount of initiative I spend on careful aim.
Oh,
So I've now spent what, 34. So I have 16 left.
Mm-hmm.
So I can use 8 to get physique 2. And then I can spend 5 more to get alacrity 1 and have an extra point of initiative. And then that leaves me with 3 points, I think. Am I doing my math right?
I haven't been paying attention, but I
I'm
think
a
so.
psychologist.
Yes,
Don't
yes,
ask
I
me.
have 3. Yeah, that leaves me with 3 points. So we're gonna do physique,
There is no excuse to be bad at math.
and then
Can't just means you don't want to.
So I'm not taking any bonuses to my dodge.
Wow. Well,
in order
hopefully you
to do
won't have
this.
to.
Yeah. And so with those last 3 points, I'll take awareness. I'll take a tier of awareness.
Yay. Yeah, you have to be. I feel like as a sniper, you kind of have to be aware because people could sneak up on you.
Yep. So I have 3 masteries. Okay. So I don't have a battle map.
Oh, also, Hungriest Clone. We should also explain the initiative system.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Initiative is essentially action points that you'll use to fuel what you're doing on your turn. So for example, right now with I have an alacrity talent, which gives me 1 more. I start with 3. I have an alacrity talent, which gives me 1 more, and I can give myself haste fairly regularly, which will give me another initiative to spend on my turn. The way it works with the masteries, though, is you can only spend. So I have rank 3 arcane magic, which means I can spend 3 initiative on arcane stuff in my turn, and then that 4th one would have to go to something else, unless I use haste. Haste can be spent on anything. So one of them would have to be like my move or something.
Right. I'm not gonna.
Hopefully that makes sense.
I'm not gonna use a battle map because we don't have hexes in Roll20, so and I didn't build anything I could import any quick. So we'll do theater of the mind a little bit for this, and what we'll do is we'll say our 3 characters were in the war. The apocalypse has happened. Our 3 characters are all soldati that are fighting in the war, and we are defending a small power plant as it charges up a Gauss cannon that's going to try and destroy a Hellgate.
All right.
And we just have to defend it against demons for we don't know exactly how many rounds it'll charge yet until such a time as it fires or we fail.
Okay.
So we'll just throw us right in. We're all there.
Okay.
We'll say there's a small little sort of kind of bunkery building that has enough room for all 3 of us inside. And it's connected to the power plant.
Okay.
Let's give each of us. Ooh, what kind of armor should we have?
Let's
I feel
see.
like maybe we should just do middle of the road, huh?
Yeah, if we're soldiers, we're not going to have super heavy armor, but I feel like medium would be decent. Either basic or medium.
Yeah, I think I agree. Yeah, let's say we all have some form of medium tactical armor, which provides 3 armor points. So we each have 3 armor points.
I'm gonna go with basic for my character.
You want to go with basic?
Yep.
Okay, so you only have 2 armor points then.
Okay.
We each have a weapon that suits our preferred weapon skill. So, you're using magic. So, do you want just like a? You didn't take a weapon ability, did you?
Me? No.
Yeah.
I don't need one.
Okay, no weapon.
Hungriest clone. Yeah, damage is wounds, and so you start with 9 wounds, and you can get up to 12, or you can have at most 12. So basically, it's not that you won't like do things that deal a lot of damage, but you're gonna make it. You're gonna set things up so it's easier to hit people.
Yeah. You're just pummeling with your fists, Chuck, or did you decide to take a weapon?
Chuck got hafted weapons.
Yep.
You did hafted? Okay,
Mhm.
I thought I heard you switch to that while I was designing these creatures. So, yeah. So, do you want like a hammer, an axe, club kind of thing? What are you going with?
Let's go with a mace.
Okay. It's I'm gonna throw in some extra fun stuff because it's the water universe. So it's a pneumatic mace, so it's hydraulically or it's pneumatically assisted. So it deals an extra point of damage on a hit. Extra wound on a hit.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Let me find this. I'm gonna give Curiosity some grenades.
Oh, okay. Even though I don't have explosives.
You don't have explode. I'm gonna give you something, but I feel like grenades would be fun because I designed them and we haven't used them yet.
I'm just answering. Healing is healing's weird. There are like injury tiers. It is kind of combat. It's combat heavy for now. We wanted to get the rules out of in there. But the way it works is HP kind of is your resource, or your wounds are your resource, and you can cast and do all your maneuvers at will. So you're not limited by spell slots or anything like that, but you are limited by damage that you've sustained. So if you start with 9 wounds and then you go down to 6 wounds, you can't get healed up more than that because you're considered lightly injured. And then if you get down to 0, you become grievously injured and you can't be healed up to more than 3. And every time you drop to 0, that goes down. So the next time you go to 0, you can only get up to 2. The next time, up to 1. And then the next time, that's it. So you're not playing Pop Goes the Weasel like you can in 5e. And it does take time to recover. Now, there is like a life magic which will protect and it can restore wounds. So you kind of do have that cleric. We just haven't made any for this go around.
And also, I wanted this to be a little bit more tactile in the sense of like, if you get seriously injured, it's probably going to take you out of combat.
Yeah.
And you need to go and you need to spend time to recover, as opposed to just being like, oh no, look at that, I injected a stim pack and now I'm fine. It sealed up all of my bullet wounds. There will be some crazy magic and crazy tech that can do that occasionally, but it's not common. It's not as easy as just be like, oh, I'm a level 1 cleric and healed. So okay, and I will have just a basic sniper rifle.
I mean, I could take 1 out of charm and I could get initiate in like blades or something, so I could have a dagger or whatnot.
If you want to, yeah, you could definitely do that. Actually, yeah, if you want to do that, I have a weapon here I designed.
All right, I will take that out of charm, and I will go 1 into blades.
Okay, you can have the elemental assassin blade.
Oh, what does that do?
It stores the element of the last spell effect you used, and when you land a hit with it, you can automatically score another hit of the stored type.
Doesn't that require me to have elemental magic?
It does not require elemental. It's just it's going to pair the best with elemental.
Okay. So what you're saying is, if I lay down like a font of power and I happen to do like radiance, if I throw an arcane bolt through that and it turns into a radiant bolt, then I store radiant magic in my
in your yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. I like that.
So there you go. And I'm gonna have to test that later. None of us have I won't do the grenades then because none of us have explosives, so they won't really much. And then y'all all have a sniper rifle. And we'll give that. What range should we give the sniper rifles? I know we wanted them to be pretty far range.
Right now, let's just assume you can shoot across the map.
Okay.
I mean, sniper rifles go out for like a mile or two.
Yeah, I
Like,
think like some of the longest recorded shots are in the area of like around like 2 miles, and
I mean,
slightly excessive.
I
But
feel like that would be at impaired range, but you could.
yeah, but that's still, it's far beyond anything that would matter in this instance. So okay, and I'm just gonna assume that it has a. It's not bolt action, so I'll give it a D4 reload.
But yeah, to really answer your question, players have plenty of opportunities to avoid taking wounds in combat if they're tactical about it. But if you do, it is a serious thing.
And that's part of what we're wanting to do, because this is our first actual play test right here. Everything
Yeah.
else has just been us discussing it. So we're gonna see if we need to tweak some of that stuff here.
Yeah, we don't know if any of this actually works.
Yep. So
By
okay,
the way, just to throw in, I
Yeah.
looked it up. Average sniper rifle in the U.S. Army is 200 to 230 feet for
Feet?
average.
Yard? Feet? Or do you mean
Feet.
feet or yards?
Feet. 70 to 77 yards.
For a
wow.
for a 50 cal, the bullet hasn't even stabilized until 100 yards.
It's probably saying it's assuming like in a normal combat scenario. So this would be like more like a marksman rifle being used more commonly as opposed to like a long range, weight sniper.
Okay,
But-
that appears to be average law enforcement, not military.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah, so that's like
No, that
That's like
makes
a-
sense.
yeah, because that's in an urban environment. You only need to be able to shoot across the street from your building to the one that you're covering or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I imagine that at least U.S. Military snipers probably don't want to go more than like 100 to 200, but they're perfectly capable of it.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. For the purposes of this, it'll be fine. Everything will probably be within that kind of range anyways.
Yeah.
So we'll start out. There's a bunch of imps around, but nothing larger yet. Imps are one of the weakest corporeal demons that is still considered intelligent. So there are
Alright.
more stronger ones, but they're like more animalistic. So so that's all we are seeing so far, because I'm going to scale it up as we test this a little bit.
Oh no.
And let's all roll awareness to see initiative order.
Oh, is that what we're doing? We're not. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. That's how we use that for initiative order.
Did you just decide that now?
No, I decided that a long time ago.
Oh, this is the first I'm hearing about it.
Really? I remember discussing it with you.
I remember we talked about if you have more initiative, like if you have a higher initiative pool, you just go first. But I think we're all tied at 4.
Yeah, I think we all took alacrity 1. So yeah. So we'll roll. We're all gonna go before them, but we'll roll initiative to see which of us goes, or awareness to see which of us goes first. How about that? So I'm
Oh,
rolling.
I rolled a 1.
Technically, we're all rolling a D. If you don't have a point in it, you have to roll the D2. Remember?
Yeah. Well, I have a point in awareness.
Oh, you did take awareness. Okay.
I got rid of charm.
That's right. All right.
Hey!
Hey.
Ah, okay.
Victory!
Can I just say that I think it's a recurring theme that I do not roll well on initiative.
Right.
Like, how many times in Twilight Brigade did I have +8 to initiative and did not go first?
Is that why we changed the name of the channel?
No, we changed
Maybe.
it to Joy. We changed it to Joy 20 because it's more easily searchable.
So, Chuck, that means you get to go first.
Hold on one second.
You can. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, Clone. So I know it's going to seem pretty combat heavy in design right now because that's what we've been working on first.
Because it's the
Because
hardest.
we
to
know
balance.
it's the hardest to balance, and we also want this to exist in such a way that someone could grab a couple of pre-built characters and basically just play it like a combat board game if they want to do something quick and simple. So we've been putting a lot more focus on that to start with, and we want people to not rush into combat, but that doesn't mean you need to necessarily avoid combat altogether.
Yeah.
It's just about being smart about it, because a lot of what we've got going so far gives huge benefits if you work together and build off of what each other are doing. Now, the quick characters that we slap together right now probably aren't going to be building off of each other as nicely as others could, if you really thought it through.
But I feel like next
But that's
round,
still fun.
let's build the Sanguimancer Shadow Mage combo.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a fun combo to build. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be good. Stick around for that. If we should get. I think we'll get to it. Well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
We should be able to do at least 2 solid tests, I think, because we'll find out pretty quick how effective things are going to go in this one. So,
Holy crap! I'm a level 3 character, and I've already got like. I mean, of course, I dumped all the XP I had into doing that, so I have to wait a while before I can get anything else.
yeah.
But. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, with the way we have character design and stuff in this game, and think about it, while you were talking to Chuck and to the chat and kind of helping him build his character, I designed 3 different demon types.
Oh god, yeah, it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy for a DM.
It took me almost no time at all to do that. So, movement, you can move 6 units, which is approximately 30 to 36.
It is
feet, right?
Each unit is 6 feet.
Yeah, okay, so it's 36 feet. For 1 initiative, which of course you have 4 to spend every turn. Since you took the Alacrity 1. I'm gonna say that there's a couple of groups of imps easily within that range, but you are gonna have to use at least 1 movement to get up into that range to start with.
Chuck took Speedy, so it can move 7 units.
Oh, you can move 7 units. Oh yeah, but either way, there's still a whole bunch of them in easy range for you right at the moment. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speed of 7, basically. Okay, so I have 4 initiative.
Yep.
And to move a unit is 1.
No, you can move up to 7 units because of your speedy by spending 1 initiative.
Okay, so I'm definitely gonna move.
You spend initiative to take the movement action, and that action gives you 7, and you can use that 7 anytime you want on your turn.
Okay.
Like you could move 3, do something, move, and then move 4 more.
Yeah.
You can break it up.
Okay.
But then it's just like if you decide you need more than what that first action provided you, then you have to spend another action to use some more. But
Yeah.
But you can break it up however you want.
All right. So with that 4, I'm going to take 1 to move, and I'm going to move up to the nearest imp.
Okay.
And then here, let's go to weapons. Here are the initiative costs. And then here are the mastery levels.
As we are having to flip between tabs to do some of the stuff, but
yep.
When you had it fully written out and built on your sheet, it'll be a lot quicker for people.
Oh yeah. And so I'm going to I'm gonna go in rough on this first guy, and I'm gonna do a dead arm with my mace for 2 initiative, leaving 1 left. And so then, what's the number next to?
You roll a D8 plus 1 because you are you adept in half weapons or trained?
I am trained.
So you roll D6 for that attack.
So we'll go over here and roll.
And it will be against the imp's dodge.
Yep, it was going to try and dodge.
And that was a 2, and then I get a +1 to the damage or the hitting.
Well, we have to see if you hit first. What's the +1 from the dead arm?
The mace you gave me.
Oh, that's the damage.
Okay.
If you hit, you'll deal an extra damage.
And you hit. It rolled a 1 on its dodge.
Ha!
So it took 2 wounds, and now it's weakened.
Yeah. Did we decide that shields don't work? No, shields work against everything, unless it says otherwise.
I believe so.
So this is it has a generic 1 point of shield. So that's going to absorb the first point of damage, and then it'll take 1 wound. But then it is weakened.
And so when it attacks, you'll be able to roll a resilience roll against it.
Okay.
Or anyone who it attacks can roll resilience.
I think you still have 1 more initiative, right?
I do.
So you could still do something else.
You could attack it again?
Yeah, you could do like a basic attack.
Whack it.
Whack.
Yeah, whack it.
Okay. So you'll roll your D6 again.
Ooh,
4. It might be able to tie you because it has a D4 dodge. Nope, man. I'm rolling nothing but 1. I've rolled nothing but 1s.
Yeah.
So that deals 1 wound, but your mace makes it deal an extra wound. And it's dead. You killed an imp.
Yay!
They don't have, like I said, they're weak. They don't have a lot of hit points. So we're just kind of testing some stuff out with them to start with. So that's a dead imp. Okay. And that, I believe, is all of your initiative. So we'll let
That
Curiosity
is my
let you go
initiative.
next.
All right. Are they within like 6 units?
He
of
was
me?
able to, yeah, he was able to run 6 units to get to them. So yeah, they're easily within 6 units.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend 2 initiative to drop a font of power.
Okay.
So I gotta roll a d8. Oh, okay, so a 3. That's a fire field.
Okay.
All right.
They I will let you know that the imps are resistant to fire.
Well,
So
would
and
I
you would
know that?
and you would know that. Our characters have been fighting demons for a little while, so you would know that.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna set it down in such a way. I'm going to set it down in such a way that if I summon a fire field because I just wanted to, or wait, as a adept, what do I have? What's my other one? Ooh, wait, no. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna spend
Okay.
2 on oh, I didn't put the effect in of what happens if I spend more. Whatever. I'm gonna spend 2 on inaptitude, which is a chaos field.
Okay.
And that's what I'm gonna put in front of me. So I will be sending chaos bolts out.
Okay.
So
And chaos bolts deal random damage, or what do they?
yeah, it's just they'll just deal a random damage. I'm feeling random.
Okay.
It'll be like basically a D8, and whatever it.
Yeah, to determine which type.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so I have spent 3 initiatives so far.
Yes.
All right, so that includes the arcane bolt. So now I gotta roll the D8,
Yeah, you're attacking with a bolt. Yeah.
and because it's the all right, so 4, that's gonna be ice.
Okay. So you're shooting essentially an ice bolt at an imp.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and roll your attack.
1 is it?
Okay. It dodges.
All right. Well, because I completed a combo, I have haste next round.
Okay. You also charge your dagger up or your blade up with the ice now,
That's true.
so that helps just in case.
So I spent 2 and 1, so I could do one more thing.
You could do another bolt
Oh wait,
or
no.
something else.
Never mind. Arcane bolt is 2, so I am
Oh,
out
okay.
of. Initiative.
Okay. So he's super strong. I have a since I took expert here, I'm rolling a much bigger dice. So I don't think I want to waste any expensive maneuvers. What's up?
No, never mind. It would have been 2 because it's D8 plus 1, but I still didn't beat your D4.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I get, let's see here, because I don't think I want to use an expensive maneuver. I think I'm just going to hip fire at these guys for now, because I think that's my best action economy until something bigger comes up.
Yeah.
Even though, well, I'm only dealing the 1 damage if I hip fire, though. That's the problem, so I won't kill them. So actually, they don't have armor, which I would have been able to see from you guys fighting them. It just bolsters the attacks, though. No, I think I'm better off just firing some pot shots. So yeah, so I'm going to hip fire at one of them. And I will roll D10. Does one of you want to roll their D4 dodge for me?
Sure.
Okay, so that's my first shot. Is a 3. Oh, it is a +1 though, so it's technically a 4 because I forgot because I'm expert, so I'll have a +1.
2.
All right, so I hit one of them for 1 point, and that'll hit its shield. And that only costs 1 initiative to hip fire, so I'll just do that again. Copy that. So 7, so that's going to be an auto hit because you can't dodge that.
Nope.
So that'll be 1 point. that's the benefit there of having the higher mastery tier.
Yeah.
Is against something with a weak dodge roll, it doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
can just auto hit essentially.
So that's dealing another wound to it.
Yep. So I dealt 1 wound, and that was my second attack, and then I'll shoot again. So
11.
that one's dead.
Cool.
Because I'm hip firing. I'm not using any of my really powerful shots yet because I feel like this is the better thing to do right now.
You took the shield into account, right?
Yes, I've dealt 3 damage because I hit on all 3 hits. So shield and then 2 wounds.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So now I'm going to shoot one of the ones that's close to Chuck and try and take its shield out so that he has a little bit easier time killing one. To show the kind of cooperation thing. A 4, so it has a chance to dodge.
Oh, okay. D4. 2.
All right, so that one's shield is gone.
Sweet.
Okay. Now it'll be the imp's turn. So we'll say there's 2 of them right next to you, and the other ones are kind of scattered around a little bit. So the first one that's right next to Chuck is just, it has 3 initiative. So it is going to... It's going to attempt to regenerate its shield. It's the one that I took it away. And it does. I give them a regen 5 on their shields, but they have to use an action to do it. And then it's going to claw attack Chuck. So it's going to D6 claw attack at you, and you can roll your dodge. Wow. All right.
Nope.
Okay, so that's 1 wound. Now you have armor.
Yep.
So you get to roll resilience.
Okay.
So we'll both roll a D8. And if yours wins, then you don't take the damage. 3,
Nope.
2. Darn it. Okay. So you take 1 wound and lose 1 point of armor. And then it'll attack 1 more time with its last action. I should maybe actually, you know what? Maybe imps don't need to have as much initiative as we do. They're only going to have 2. So it did everything it could do, actually. I think that's better for weaker imps.
Okay.
So the next one's going to try.
Was triggered, by the way.
Not until you're injured.
Oh,
So you have to be down to 6 wounds before that happens. Yeah,
Okay.
And you have 9. So
Keep bringing it on.
yep. So you could take a couple of hits before that before that happens. Not that they'll be excited about that happening when it does. Okay, so the next one's gonna swing a claw attack at you again. The D6. Oops. That's a 5. Did you
That's
take a point?
6.
Okay, you have a D6 dodge. Nice. Spent that, and that helped you out. So you completely dodge that attack, and then it's going to claw at you 1 more time. It's going to burn both. So that's a 3.
3.
Tie. Your dodge skill. Actually, no, it's yours. It's the same. So it's going to clash, which means it's to the defender. So nothing happens. And that's that one's turn. And then the next imp, because there's 4 of them currently, it's going to spend an initiative to reposition itself, and it's going to throw a firebolt at me. Because, go ahead.
I'm going to pre-spend. I'm going to pre-spend 3 initiative
Oh,
to disrupt it.
okay. And disrupt does it cancels it, right? It just outright cancels it.
If it's more than the spell cost.
Yeah, it only costs 1 initiative.
Oh, well then having studied magic, I'll pre-spend 2.
Okay. So yeah, you stop it. It tries to like conjure up a bolt of flame and then just puffs out its hand. And so the last one is going to do the same thing, but it's going to shoot at Curiosity. You could pre-spend to cancel it again, or you can do something else.
No, I'll roll to dodge it.
Okay. So it attack. Their fire bolts are better than their claws, so it gets a D8 on this.
Yeah.
But it rolled a 3. So you've got pretty good odds.
Up there.
6.
Look at that, and you dodge it. Boom. All right.
Yep.
So this is kind of working pretty good so far. When we have it built in a character sheet where you can just
Use
click,
that blue one.
Yeah, it'll
be really smooth. Yep. So yeah. Okay. That is all 4 imps. So it'll go back to Chuck's turn. He's ready.
Okay. All right, so I've got 2 in front of me, right?
Yep, you got 2 of them right next to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna thwack
Okay.
one of them. And so that's gonna be a D6. Or 2.
So it's good. 2. 2. So it barely manages to dodge.
Okay. Even though we got the same and I'm a higher...
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
you're
I'm
a higher.
trained.
Yeah, you're trained, and it's So actually, yeah, that would be a hit. Sorry.
Okay.
Like I said, we're
So-
still coming up with some of this stuff as we go. So
Yeah, so it's staggered, but it also has a +1 to hit. So... Or a +1 damage, so...
yeah, would the additional damage work on what is normally a non-damaging attack? I guess that's not something we've ever discussed. So I'm happy I gave you something that has that
Yeah.
because it allows us to make a decision there. I feel like it should. What do you think, Curiosity?
What you did? Which one?
So
did you,
he-
you did thwack.
He did
I
thwack,
thwacked.
but he has the pneumatic mace, so it deals an extra damage on a hit.
Well, 1 + 0 is 1.
So yeah, that'll do a damage. So that'll take out its shield.
Okay.
And then the thwack stuns it, or what does it do? Sorry,
So
Yep,
it's staggered.
staggers.
it's staggered. Okay, so its dodges are
Yeah, its dodges rolls are impaired.
impaired. Cool. All right.
And then I'm going to turn to his buddy next to him,
Okay.
and I'm going to thwack him.
All right.
Ah,
Oh,
dang. Still a chance. Nope.
yeah, just barely, just barely managed to get away from that. So that one managed to dodge.
All right, that's my turn.
Curiosity.
I'll be right back. I'm going to help my kid with
Yeah.
cereal.
Okay, I'm going to
Got a bowl and everything? Or
I'm gonna upkeep disruption. I'm gonna drop ineptitude.
Okay.
Is there anybody in the bathroom?
So I'll spend the 1 initiative on it for upkeep.
And remember, you would pre-spent 2,
I'd pre-spent 2.
so now
I
you
have
only
2
have
more.
1 left.
I
Okay,
have, but I have haste.
Oh, that's right. You were hasted. Okay. So your haste
So-
maintained your upkeep. Okay.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. That's really nice. That's a good combo. Haste pairing with that arcane.
Actually,
gets the
wait,
upkeep for
no,
free,
no.
basically.
I'm not gonna upkeep disruption. I will upkeep the ineptitude so I can complete the combo for haste again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that would be smarter. So I will throw an arcane bolt through the field at him.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a D6 or D8 + 1.
Okay, so I'll let you roll first because chances are.
5.
Yep, that's a hit.
Cool.
So that deals 1.
Mhm.
Okay, that takes out its shield.
Okay, so I had to 3, so that's all I could do.
All right.
Oh, I can,
oh.
and as part of the upkeep, I can move it. That's what the ineptitude was. Maintain the field. You may move it a number of units equal to the initiative spent to cast it. So for the upkeep, I'm going to move it closer to them, like 2 units closer.
Okay.
It was initially a 6 unit. I kind of put it between, so now they're going to be like standing in it.
So right on top of them. Okay.
Yeah. That
Okay.
means, but what that means is if Chuck does a sweep finisher with his mace, then he can give them confusion.
Can I do that?
I think you should have one that's a sweep finisher. I thought you created one, but
Oh, you know what? It's for the axe. I don't have it for the mace.
okay. Not every weapon will have every type of finisher, so. Okay, so then it's back to my sniper. I am going to. Ooh, that's a tough decision.
Oh, if you fire through this, you're going to do random damage to them.
Oh, okay.
I love this mechanic.
What? The shadow the combo field?
Yeah. The combo fields are my favorite.
I think I might need to build another basic attack into rifles that does like 2 damage instead of just the the basic.
Well, that's why we're learning.
Yeah. Either that, or I need to make just the basic gun hip fire do 2 damage, because I'm realizing that the only way for me to do more damage is to either take aim or spend a whole bunch of initiative.
That's the point.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, I would say you have hip fire. You might as well do a shoulder fire
yeah,
or whatever what the term. For
so maybe instead of having the core maneuver, maybe I'll put hip fire under handguns, and I'll put like a standard rifle shot, some sort of thing under rifle, because we already have another basic attack under automatic and shotgun.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
So
can do that.
each one
But-
can just have their own. Yeah.
We'll worry about that afterwards.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that right now because I didn't create it before now. And so here's what I'm going to do. Oh, I never rolled for reload on my last turn. I forgot to do that. So
Oh yeah.
let
So
me-
what is is it a sniper
It's a
rifle?
D. It's a D4. Yep.
All right. You don't
Okay,
reload.
so I didn't have to reload, so I haven't used up my whole clip yet. Because that would have required, if I would have rolled a 1, I would have been required to reload before I could fire again. So it also implies it's not just necessarily reloading, it's also jamming. It's just rolled into the same thing because we didn't want to make everyone track super precise. Well, you maybe have to track your overall ammunition, but not how much is in your clip and stuff like that. We figured that the reload mechanic would make it a little bit easier. So it either is empty or jams if that one comes up. Okay, so I don't have to reload. I'm going to do 1 hip shot at the one that Chuck made impaired dodge rolls.
Okay.
Actually, no, I have a really high attack, so maybe I should let one of you guys hit that one.
I have the perfect thing for the impaired one.
Yeah, I will target the one that you hit its shield. Because then if I deal the extra damage from the chaos field, then it'll kill it because it only has 2 hit points left. So I will roll my D10 plus 1 for a hip shot, and that's a 3, so it could dodge.
All right. Let me D4.
Okay, I hit, and then I have to roll a D8 to determine what type of damage it does.
Yes.
So if it's fire, I don't kill it. If it's anything else, it's dead.
2 radiance.
Okay. Boom! It's a bolt of light that surrounds the bullet as it passes through the field,
And
and it kills it.
if you roll an 8, let's just say you choose the damage type.
Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, that is my 1 initiative, and then I'm going to careful aim with the remaining 3 initiative I have,
All right.
and that will end my turn.
Oh
Cool.
yeah.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to take 1 more hip fire, and then I'll careful aim. So I will shoot at one of the ones that nothing's happened to it yet. Try and take its shield down. That's a 6, so that's an auto hit. There we go. Okay. So the other one that's not next to Chuck has lost its shield as well.
So how
Now
many are
it'll-
left? 2?
There's 3 altogether.
Okay.
2 of them right next to him, one of them a little ways away, but I think they're all in the field still because that's just why not.
Yeah.
Will be generous to us since we don't have a battle map. So the first one that's shield is down is going to try and recharge it. That's next to Chuck, and it fails. So is it going to try and recharge its shield, or is it going to attack? Its dodge is impaired because it's staggered.
Mm-hmm.
Is it smart enough? You know what? I think it's going to try and recharge its shield again. It's going to waste both actions to try and do that because it knows it can't get out of the way of anything right now. And that's a fail. Okay, so it wasted its turn. But they're not always super smart things. The next one's going to claw attack at Chuck. That's a 1. So most likely you will avoid this. Yep. Okay. And it's going to claw attack at you 1 more time for another 1. Actually, no, yeah, because yours is higher. So even if you tied it, you would still win. So you can't. If it rolls a 1, it can't hit you.
Yeah.
That's nice. And when thinking of that
to
time
be
mechanic works in
trained.
both directions.
Good
Yeah.
to be trained.
Okay. And the last one is I just killed its bud, so it's going to try and throw a firebolt at me. So that is a d8, which means it'll be a +1. I forgot about that. And I got a 2. I'm rolling crap, but it's helping us right now. My dodge is a d4, so I'll see if I can dodge it. And I managed to somehow dodge that. Okay.
Yay.
That's the imps. Back to Chuck.
Okay, so there's one in front of me. There's two
So
in
now
front
we've
of me
now completed. Yeah, there's 2 right next to you. Yep. One of them is impaired dodges and doesn't have a shield. The other one has that slight shimmery arcaneness around it from its shield.
still. Okay, which means that the first one is going to get...
You do the extra damage. I probably wouldn't waste anything special with it already being impaired.
Yep, I think it's time to whack.
Oh wait, does the impair only last until its turn?
It says it lasts for a round, so I would imagine it would last until
Chuck's turn because he created it.
yeah.
The beginning or the end?
I would think. All right, so I would think it would have to last until the end of your turn because you should be able to take advantage of it
Yeah.
on the next.
I think that's
go-around.
fair. I think that's fair. Yep. Okay, so it's still impaired for this. Yep.
But after Chuck's turn, it will no longer be
It
impaired.
will no longer be impaired if it is still alive, which is unlikely.
Right.
So I'm a whack it.
Okay.
That's another d6, and that's a 3.
And its dodge roll is impaired, so it's going to roll. So roll a 4, but it's impaired, so it rolled a 1.
Yay.
so you hit it. The pneumatics kick in and deal an extra damage, and the chaos field kicks in. Roll a d8.
Oh,
We're just going to see what the overkill is on this thing.
Oh well, the chaos field doesn't. That wasn't a combo finisher, but if
Doesn't
things,
it always add the damage if it goes through it, or
No, it
is it-
doesn't
oh,
add.
it has to.
It changes the damage
Oh.
type.
then mine would not have killed the thing. So there's another one up with 1 hit point.
Well, you know what? Actually, maybe we could have it just add an extra point of that damage type instead of changing the damage type. What do you
kind of
think?
like that because I think it's a lot easier for people to take advantage of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then I like that.
You get the other types of boons from doing the specific finishers, but you can just take advantage of the damage by using the field.
Oh, okay. Well, that means that I did an extra damage when I rolled when I hit with the arcane bolt.
Okay, so that one would have only had 1 hit point, so then we definitely killed it between the 2 of us. Okay. Yeah. So Chuck, what'd you roll on your d8? Oh, you haven't rolled yet.
Man, it really is beneficial to have the fields out then.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a 5.
What are you
What's a
rolling a
5?
d8 for?
For
I
your
don't know.
what type of damage it from the chaos
Okay.
field?
A 5 is lightning.
Okay. So you hit with your mace, and the pneumatics kick in as you're swinging it, and just like pound it extra hard, and then just thunder crack of Thor lightning as you just smash this thing
Like
into oblivion.
the lightning pops up from the chaos field.
Yeah, like there's this shimmering field of energy that's surrounding you and this creature, and then you hit it, and a lightning bolt just like from the ground, it just hits it at the same time.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
That was your first point of initiative.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily deal the extra damage on melee. It was meant that the way I was thinking about them is it will do projectile weapons. I mean, we could.
For melee, both the attacker and the target have to be in the field.
Okay, yeah, but that means that Chuck would take damage.
Chuck will take the lightning as well if they hit him.
Okay,
Yeah.
but he could step out of the field and
Yeah.
then.
So for melee, you can benefit from it by being willing to stand in the field and risk. Yeah, I like that actually.
Yeah.
It's a tactical choice.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Look at us. Just by the way, the dint of doing a few little things like this, we're deciding on the fine tuning of the mechanics. Yay! It's
I'm
worth
gonna
it.
dead arm the next one in front of me.
Okay.
Ah, dang.
It could fail.
Yeah.
It does.
It did. Wow.
Yeah, because your tier is higher, so it hits barely.
So
So
that's
dead arm does how much damage?
1 damage plus the 1 from the mace, plus it's weakened.
And then roll a d8 to see what the chaos field does.
Oh gosh. 5.
5. So that's lightning.
So lightning again. Another
Oh.
bolt of lightning shoots out and it kills that one. That allows you to do a total of 3, which is just enough.
Okay, that's good. I
Chaos
like that.
Field is working for us, yeah.
All right,
All
now
right.
there's one more that's not within melee of
it's-
me, right?
Not currently, but it's still within the field, so it's easily within melee range. You'll just have to spend movement to get up to it.
Yep, so I'm going to use my last initiative to move up next to it.
Okay.
Giving you to line of sight while maintaining my field advantage.
That's right, because you dead arm, which costs 2. So yep.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's my 4.
All right.
You get up to it.
How much health does this guy have?
It's got its full wounds, but it lost its shield.
All right, so I'm gonna run up to it.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep 1 unit between myself and it,
Okay.
and I'm going to spend 3 initiative on arcane weapon.
Okay, so you're going to summon a weapon between you and it,
Uh-huh.
and it gets to make 1 attack upon being summoned, right?
Yes, and it will deal 3 damage if it hits.
Okay.
Ooh,
Plus the chaos field.
plus the chaos field.
Oh, well then I'll only use 2, because it's in the chaos field.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that hits. And then just for funsies, what's the chaos field do? 4.
That is ice.
So like the arcane weapon starts swinging towards it, and then this ice just reaches up, freezes the imp solid from the chaos field, and stops it from being able to move out of the way, and then the arcane weapon just shatters it to a million pieces.
So
See,
yeah,
this is why having the fields affect a lot more stuff is fun.
so that's 3 initiative that I spent.
Yeah.
Was that the last one?
That was the last one that you can see.
Okay. So I'm definitely upkeeping this chaos field. So that's 4 initiative that I've spent. And then the last initiative. Well, there's nothing for me to really do. So I'm gonna just hang. Oh. No, I'm just gonna hang out.
What's up?
Nice.
On my turn, I also can't do anything, really. My careful aim is wasted then because everything is dead and you can't persist. It doesn't carry over again. So I will careful aim again for my whole action. So it's a couple more points than it was before. And then we'll go to the end. And now 2 death flyers are going to come flying in. Oh, go ahead.
I am going to actually, your careful aim does not say anything about it ending at the end of the round. It just says moving ends it.
But I do. If we have to specify it, we will, because if that thing can continue to carry over, because I have the talent that makes it deal extra damage. If you could keep stacking that, you could essentially do infinite damage. So we're not going to allow that.
Yeah. What I would say is you could prepare it and then just sit on it, but you can't add more. It's not a cumulative thing. You can't add more to it.
Yeah, you can't add more to it. So I could either have the 2 additional damage and keep bolstered. So I can keep the bolstered, no problem. And then my talent would have the 2 additional damage. But if I recreate if I do it again using my full initiative, then I'll be dealing 3 additional damage.
Yeah, so you might as well
instead.
you might as well reset it
So-
at your full initiative.
So I'm going to reset it with my full initiative to have that extra damage on my first hit. And yeah, so 2 death flyers are going to come up. Now these things are more humanoid than the imps. They have wings. They're kind of gargoyle-like.
Are they like parademons?
Yeah, a little bit like parademons. Yep.
Okay.
One of them is wielding a big sword, and the other one has a weird-looking sort of like rusty rifle.
All right.
So the first one with the sword, it's going to fly up. It has to get into the field to be able to be near you guys. But it's going to position itself to where it can hit either of you.
Okay.
That's going to use. So it's going to have used 1 initiative to fly into the hole, into the arena, just for the sake of this. 1 more to move enough to get close to you guys. It's going to use its last initiative to make a sword attack at Chuck. because he gestured because he wants it. Uh, so this one, it's a D6 for its sword attacks. So that's a 5.
Ooh, that's a
Ooh.
4.
Okay, so that will hit you for 1 wound plus the chaos field.
Yep.
Whoa. All right, roll that D8.
Oh, it gets to choose.
Pick damage type.
It's gonna do fire.
Okay.
Yeah, that's on
So
brand.
so you take 1 wound and then another wound fire, but you get to roll resilience against both of those because you have armor points still.
Yes, so that's a D what?
That's a D8 versus another D8 from me.
That doesn't count as. Does that count as 2 separate attacks?
I
Like,
think
would
it
you-
should. I think
Okay.
it would in this instance.
All right. So it's 2 damage. It's basically 2 packets of damage.
Yeah. So the
Ooh,
first
oh,
one
that-
will hit. So you'll take a wound and lose an armor point.
Yep, so no more armor.
Oh, you
Um,
lost your armor.
No, you
Mhm.
still had 2 points left, didn't you?
No, I lost 1.
Oh, that's
earlier,
right. You only had
and I only
basic
had 2,
armor.
So
Okay, and then so the next one, oh, you don't have resilience, so it doesn't matter. So the next one hits you, so you take 1 more wound to them.
Hey, but-
I take both wounds and I lose.
So you
my
take
armor.
both wounds and you lose your last point of armor. Yeah.
So I have taken 3 wounds at this point.
Hey, and now
You
you
are
get blood rage.
Now you're injured and you automatically go into a blood rage. So the other death flyer, it used 1 initiative to fly into the arena, and it's got 2 left. It's going to stay flying. It's going to hover off the ground, and it's going to fire its rifle at, since its buddy just attacked Chuck. My character's in the bunker still, so I'm not as immediately noticeable. So it'll attack Curiosity's character.
Okay.
So this also attacks on a D6. They're not as good because the imps have the good magic, but it's a rifle and it does a little bit extra damage if it hits. So that's a 1. All right, so it fires its shot and you dodge out of the way, and that's their turn.
All right. Is it within 6 of me?
The flying one,
Yeah.
it is a rifle, so it doesn't have to be that close. I'm gonna say it's like 10 units away from you.
All right.
I'm gonna make this one a little bit tough, so we have to strategize a bit.
All right. Let me. So I'm going to.
I
Yeah,
will say these ones you do not notice an obvious arcane shimmer like the imps had, so they probably don't have shields, but they are wearing some form of rudimentary armor. So keep that in mind.
All right, so
right.
hold on. Is it my turn in the initiative?
Um.
Because they just went.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Oh,
they
yeah.
went. So yeah. So it should be Chuck first.
Sorry. Yeah, it is you.
Because this guy just hit me twice.
is.
So
And now you're raging.
and now I'm angry.
So your attacks are bolstered, meaning you roll twice and take the highest. You have advantage.
I think I just want to whack.
He is in the chaos field.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna whack.
Give it a whack. See how effective it is.
Alright, so that's a 4.
Okay, he has a D6 dodge. It's a 5, so he does successfully dodge that first attack.
Alright, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay,
That's a 6.
he has to roll a 6 to dodge, and that's a 2, so that hits.
With a 1 for the chaos.
1 is life magic, or it would deal essence damage to it.
Essence damage, yeah. Okay,
So that's 3 damage.
and yeah, so yeah, so you do 2
Or
from
no,
your
one.
mace
Sorry, 1 is radiance. I have that different on the
on the other chart. Oh,
other chart. I'm doing it in order that it shows up in font of power.
gotcha. Okay, so you'll do 2 damage from your mace because of the pneumatic.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 1 damage. So he has to roll. He has armor, and he has to roll a resilience against both. So roll a d8 again for me, Chuck. And his resilience is a 2.
So 1.
Oh, okay. So that'll be for the arcane.
For the radiant.
That'll be for the radiant. Yep. And then roll another one because this will be for your actual physical hit, since it counts as 2 separate hits.
That's a 4.
And that's a 4. So ties, I think, succeed in the resilience, right? We're kind of having stuff go to the defenders, I think, for the most part. So,
Yeah.
and because the resilience check doesn't have tiers, so
No.
So that one ties will always go to the defender. So his armor manages to absorb that, unfortunately.
Ah.
But you still have 2 more initiative to spend.
And I'm gonna continue to whack. Another 6.
All right, so don't even need to roll the advantage. That's a 1, so that'll be a hit.
Okay.
So roll a d8 for the arcane. This will be a lot easier once we have it built in macro.
That's
Another
more
one.
radiance. That's another
More
radiance.
radiance. Okay, and then roll a d8 for against his resilience.
All right, there's a 6.
All right. So and he rolled a 4, so he loses 1 point of armor. And let me see here, and then takes a wound. Okay.
And then again for the physical.
And then again for the physical.
7.
Oh, 1.
Nice.
Okay. So that knocks out his armor, and then he takes both wounds then.
Oof.
3 total for that one hit.
Yep. All right. That hurt him really bad, and his armor is completely shattered.
Nice. So he's had 4 damage to him already, and I have 1 more whack
Initiative.
in me.
Oh God. Because you haven't moved. Oh,
Yeah,
so
he's
good.
just standing there, just beating the crap out of this guy with his base.
2. Damn.
All right. Chances are he'll dodge, but you never know.
Ah!
3. Ooh, just barely gets out of the way of that one. All right. That was good though. I'm liking how this stuff is connecting together. And like I said, once it's like on a character sheet where you can just click the button and you don't have to type it in
Mhm.
every time, it's gonna so smooth.
All right. I'm spending 2 initiative to maintain both the arcane weapon. It's just taking the form of a greatsword
Okay. Yep.
and the ineptitude field.
And the field. Okay.
And I'm going to scoot the field back so that I'm not in it, but the arcane weapon is.
Okay. And then are you leaving Chuck and the Death Flyer in it?
Does Chuck want to be in it?
Bring it on.
All right. Then yes. Theater of the mind. However, that has to happen.
Yeah, it's fine. We won't be real nitpicky about it for this. We're
Cool.
mostly worrying about mechanics.
And as part of my arcane weapon upkeep, it just attacks.
Okay. All right. So it's going to swing at him. So roll its attack.
5.
Okay. It's a slight.
Because it's the 1 because I have I'm adept.
Yeah. And so because you're adept, you win the tie. So it does hit.
All right.
And I believe that just deals flat out 2 because of the amount you spent on it, right?
No,
Initially?
it only deals 1 wound.
Oh, for the
once per
upkeep.
turn.
Okay.
Are we
So
going to say
1
that this also works? Will the arcane weapon trigger the chaos field?
I still think it should trigger the chaos field. Yeah.
Mhm.
4. That's ice.
All right. And it already hit. So you deal 1 normal slashing wound or whatever, and then 1 point of ice damage. It is severely, it is injured, but it has not been downed yet.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I've spent 2 initiative so far.
Yep.
I will spend 2 more initiative to do arcane wave.
Okay.
So it's a 1 unit cone, and it will on hit it will deal 1 wound and give it confusion.
All right.
It's part of completion. I think whether or not I hit, I think it's still completing a combo because I did a sweet finisher.
Yeah. Okay. So does it just dodges against your arcane?
Yeah. So that +1. 6.
Yep.
Hey.
That hits.
All right. We haven't actually written up what confusion does yet, but I'm just gonna use D&D's confusion for right now.
Okay. It's dead, so it doesn't
Oh.
matter. It had 1 wound left.
Oh, okay.
Chuck battered through its armor, and it was all over once that happened.
Cool. So
All right.
Which is
that
really
was
good because I am now staggered.
Yes.
and that was all my initiative for that turn.
Okay. So it's my character's turn. I'm gonna to try and fit in some of the role playing stuff. I'm gonna roll awareness. Curiosity. I want you to choose what I need to roll against to see if I was able to see its armor and see that these things are armored.
Okay. Armors. I'm just gonna. It shouldn't be that difficult to see that it's wearing armor. It would be harder to see the shimmery arcane shield. I think.
I agree. Yep.
So I'm gonna say it's as long as you beat a D4.
Well, I rolled a 4. So if you want to roll, if you want to oppose that.
Your foot hurts?
3.
All right. So I was definitely able to determine the nature of their armor. So because of that, I think my character would be smart
Why don't
enough
you take your socks off
to
and
sunder armor on the
just
one
be
that's
comfy?
flying.
Yeah. Oh god. And that's done
Oh,
as
really?
part.
Usually you
That's done as
do.
part of your careful aim.
That's my careful aim. Yep.
Okay.
That's what I told you.
Ooh.
I wanted snipers to
Ooh.
be vicious if they take the time to prepare.
Ooh.
So I'm going to attempt to sunder its armor with my first attack.
That's so mean.
So my attack is bolstered first off. So I will roll 2 and take the highest. So I
Okay.
got an 11. Its dodge is a D6, so that auto hits.
Mm-hmm.
It deals 2 damage, but double damage to armor.
So it'll just eat through it.
So it'll do 4 damage to armor. He does get a resilience roll,
All right, I'll roll.
but it's impaired. So he gets a 4. Oh, its resilience succeeds. So I wasted all of that. It did no damage.
Really?
Yeah,
I guess that's the risk you take.
yeah, because
But man,
its resilience is impaired, and then it deals extra damage to armor. So it has that chance to eat all of the armor, but it has to damage the armor for that to happen.
oh, that's rough, buddy.
Yeah, that's okay. So that does count as a hit, so I waste my careful aim damage then. But I still have 2 more initiative that I can spend. So I will. Oh dang! If only I had 3. I'll just try to sunder armor again, basic, just without the extra damage I would deal.
Okay.
Because I still feel like if I can take out its armor, it's still worthwhile. So I don't have the extra damage, but because of the careful aim, it is still bolstered.
Oh, nice.
So I will. So I get an 8, which auto hits because of its D6.
Yeah.
So I do hit. So it just makes another resilience roll, and it is impaired again because
2.
it is. I am trying to sunder it.
So 2.
And
Yay!
a 4.
All right.
Okay. So I deal it. So it takes 2 wounds.
And
And then because I deal double damage to armor, it only has 2 armor points, so I would have taken out the armor anyways. But
okay.
it takes out all of its armor. So that one I do. So if I would have hit it with the first one, because it would have done 3 extra damage, I would have done 5 wounds, which is exactly how many wounds they have.
Oh god.
So I would have meant I can one shot them if I get really lucky with an armor sundering hit, but that's not what happens. So I did manage to take it out, but I spent all of my initiative to do that, which means I can't careful aim for the next turn. So unless we're going to decide that it continues to persist until you move, but I won't do the damage anymore. So I would have to reset it to the damage, but my attacks could maybe stay bolstered at least.
Yeah,
fair,
I think so. I think that's fair.
Until I move, my attacks are bolstered, but if I need to reuse it again if I want to be able to do the extra damage. So
Because the fact that you're set up in a bunker and don't have to move, that's pretty good.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
the sniper can find a good vantage point. It makes sense. So all right, so that's both of them gone. So I think
Oh.
what we're gonna do. Oh, go ahead.
You actually took the guy out.
I did manage to kill him. Yeah. Oh no, wait,
Oh,
no,
okay.
sorry, no, I only did 2 damage, didn't I? Why did
Yeah.
I cross him off? No, okay, yeah, he's still alive. Sorry, that was my bad.
So it's Chuck's turn.
So yeah,
His
Chuck's turn.
His turn.
Oh, his turn.
Oh yeah, it
Sorry.
is his turn. Sorry.
Yeah, he's gonna shoot at me.
I figured.
So he's gonna roll his D6. Does one of you want to roll a D6 for his attack, please?
Yeah, I'll do it. D6. A 1.
Oh, okay. I have a chance.
Ah,
No.
no!
So he does hit me, and that deals 2 wounds. But I do have resilience, so I'll roll my D8 because I have armor. So it's a 6.
I rolled the 6, you rolled the 7.
Oh, okay. Whew, good. All right. So I roll the 7, you roll the 6. So my resilience, so my armor holds up, and I managed to avoid taking 2 wounds from his rifle. He is going to reposition because his attack does take 2 initiative for his rifle attack. He's going to reposition and try. He's gonna try and He's gonna try and fly high enough to stay away from Chuck, but position himself with you guys between him and me to not get hit by my sniper rifle. There's not enough space at the angle that exists for that to happen. So he ends up hovering too low to avoid Chuck and still too high to avoid me.
Okay.
He's trying too hard to find the balance, and he keeps kind of like shifting, and it's enough that we can potentially hit him. So Chuck's turn.
Oh, good.
He is not in the chaos field, but he's in easy range for you to run up to.
All right.
And that gives Curiosity the freedom to dispel the field if she wants to.
Initiative to move up to him. And then...
Whack. Whack. Smack.
There is no smack. There is a thwack.
Smack will have to be a martial arts one.
I feel like there needs to be a smack.
That'll be the very basic, that'll be the very basic initiative martial arts one. You don't know how to do anything, so you just smack him across the face.
All right, I'm going to thwack.
Okay.
Stagger him. Oh, I like this.
Oh, and I'm still injured, so ha.
Yep.
4.
4, and
he
your
gets out.
tiers are tied, so you manages
Alright.
to evade.
I'm just gonna whack. Ah, come on!
Hey!
I like the contested roll nature of it.
Yeah.
Because rather than just being like, oh, his AC is this, and I keep missing that, it's like, no, there's always that chance that someone's going to roll that one, you know? So I think that makes it a bit more fun.
I
Yeah.
like that it means that there is no such thing as just a bad roll.
Yeah, Clone, that is a lot of magic.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as just, oh, I got a 3, so obviously I fail. Every roll could be great or awful, depending on
except for when the mastery disparity gets really large.
Yeah.
Like I spent all of that XP to have that expert, to have that D10, really improves my odds of guaranteeing a hit against a lot of these enemies, but still never fully guaranteed. So, all right. Yeah, so that was the hit. That was a hit. So,
yeah, so 2 damage to him.
Right. Yep.
Oh, because you deal the
Because he has the pneumatic. I gave him the melee damage, which is coming
gone.
in handy. No, it has 1 hit point left.
Yeah.
Oh, it has 1 left?
Yeah,
I only
if
did
had
2
gotten
to it.
the
Yes.
thwack, he would have been.
It has 1 wound left.
I needed a thwack and whack, not just
Yeah.
a whack.
Yeah.
All right, well, in that case...
Or 2 whacks. Oh, I shouldn't have thwacked. I could have 2 whacked.
No, but you moved, so you couldn't have whacked twice.
Yeah, I could have. Whack is.
Oh
one,
yeah, you could have whacked
thwack
twice,
is
not
2.
thwacked twice. Sorry.
Yeah.
The names of them are too similar.
This is the best conversation ever.
I love it. Let's clip that so we can...
1 + 1 + 2 + 1 + 2 + 1. 1 + 2 + 2 + 1 + 1 + 2.
What?
Have you seen Clue?
No, I've not seen the movie Clue.
Oh!
I haven't seen it in years.
They're talking about how many shots were fired. And
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
and
Okay.
then how many the gun has, and it's no 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 2 + 1.
All right. So is it my turn now that Chuck's gone?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to actually keep the field up,
Okay.
but I'm not going to keep the weapon because we didn't make the talents for me to be able to bring it with me as part of the upkeep.
Gotcha.
And so
We should have a talent for that, but I do.
We
Yeah,
will.
but it should be an extra thing. Otherwise, it just kind of stays and defends you until you.
yeah, exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the ineptitude up, and I'm going to fire. So that's 1 initiative, and I'm going to fire an arcane bolt at it.
Okay.
Right. For 2. Come on, roll low.
Nope.
Ah,
It dodged out of the way of that one. It saw that one coming.
well, I'm going to do it again.
There you
Dodge
go.
that, you filthy animal.
It can't. So that is an automatic hit.
All right, so that's going to be...
It only has 1 wound, so it's gone. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to roll the d8 to see.
But yeah, let's see what kind of damage the field did.
All right, 6 is... 6... Yeah, 6 is essence damage.
So your arcane bolt goes through the field and then like it kind of becomes invisible. Like you can barely trace it with your eyes. And then this death flyer, because it kind of like vanishes, it's not able to see it as well, and it just gets hit full in the chest. And Chuck gets a very good view. It's like it just gets hit and just like all of his life force drains, and it turns into like a husk, and it just like collapses to the ground.
Oh, it's basically necrotic damage.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, it's affecting its life force directly. So yeah.
Oh.
And then it kind of just like dusts. Okay.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, let's test a little bit more with this one because I feel like nothing's hitting us hard enough that we are really. I was a little bit worried about like our low wound, the wounds and things like that. I was like, man, our characters are gonna have a rough time. But it's like I have to really make stuff be using maneuvers and things like that to actually
Well, yeah.
hit us hard. And I had most of these guys just use some pretty basic attacks just to kind of get a feel for it. So,
How many more rounds till the Gauss gun fires and closes the portal?
So
don't know.
here's the thing. I'm gonna have to step in. I think I'm gonna have to end it early because there are some tears
Okay.
going on and stuff. So
Oh, okay.
I think dad mode has to kick back in here.
Well,
That's fine. All right. So yeah,
Should we
my
just
character
leave it there?
careful aims, and we happen to defend it just enough time. The Gauss cannon goes off, hits the portal, and doesn't do anything to the portal.
no.
Oh no! Cliffhanger, and that'll be the end of this little encounter.
So, all right.
Because of us having to manually type in all the dice, it took us a bit longer than we were
Yeah.
anticipating, and that's fine. I think that was a successful test, though.
I have thoughts, I have opinions, but mostly I just loved it, and it's really fun. And yeah, once it's all laid out on a character sheet, it's gonna be a lot faster. So
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go transition back into dad mode. But thanks for watching. Hungriest Clone, thanks for stopping by. Hey, thanks for the follow.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. Love to hear more about your systems that you've created. So make sure you jump into the Discord and share some of that stuff with us. That'd be awesome.
We
Otherwise,
definitely want to see it.
you know, have a good night. And as always, may you roll those nat 20s and avoid those critical fails. I forgot what sign off we were going to have for Wander. So,
We don't have one yet.
oh yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep moving. Keep on wandering.
There you go.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Oh, bye.
And I don't remember which button to hit. Oh my gosh. Keep
Remember,
waving.
Keep waving. Keep waving.
Keep waving.
Not all who wander
Oh,
are
no.
lost.
Oh no.
Only
Ah.
Chuck's
That's really
button.
good.